The 350 Rand COVID-19 social relief grant has to be extended to asylum seekers as well as special permit holders. That's according to a ruling from the High Court in Pretoria. The court has further given the Social Development Minister 5 days to quantify the costs and another 5 days to publish amended regulations. For more now, I'm joined by the department spokesperson, Lumka Willifant. Lumka, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, this court ruling comes after the Scalabrini Centre in Cape Town, an NGO advocating and assisting asylum seekers, went to court to try and compel government to help our asylum seekers and special permit holders. What is the response from your department to this ruling?
The department has welcomed the decision by the High Court and will not be appealing the ruling. What we are going to do now is to make sure that the regulations as per the court order are specific to asylum seekers and special permit holders under the special Angolan dispensation, the Lesotho and the Zimbabwe exemption permit dispensation. So we will abide by the court, but they will also go through the stringent criteria of the grant, whereby we check whether they do not have any income and other related criteria.
Now, quite a bit of paperwork now then lies ahead. A government has been given those 5 days and an extra 5 days to get their ducks in a row. And now, of course, comes an important part where you indeed will also play a role in communicating these changes, because not all people who have those special permits and are official asylum seekers will know that these rules have now changed. How are you going to go about ensuring that people know that this is now open to them?
Yes, we will have to up the communication and make sure that we work with NGOs on the ground that are working with asylum seekers and the people who hold the special permits. So government will have to make sure that the communication is increased and work with NGOs on the ground to make sure the communication reaches everyone.
This might be difficult for you to answer right now, but can this department afford to make these additional payments now?
Yes, it may be difficult, as you are saying, to answer that, but we are estimating that it may cost us around 700 million to make sure that we abide by the court ruling.
That is not a little amount of money. Now, away from this court ruling, there's also been some unhappiness with how the SASSA process has worked, with some people's applications being rejected. We've heard a number of stories of people saying that one of the massive issues has been that the application was rejected without reasoning being given. And that, of course, makes it difficult for them to appeal that rejection. What has been done to try and remedy some of these issues?
We had issued a communication through SASSA that our next step is to make sure that we find a mechanism where people can be able to appeal the result of their application, and we are working on that process, because remember we had said that we wanted this process to be paperless and just to be online. So we are in the process of making sure that we have an appeal process for people to make sure that they do appeal where there is unhappiness.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Lumka Willifant is the spokesperson with the Department of Social Development.